Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Minecraft Craftymon episode 33. Either way, it'd literally be right below, like, right nice little, in the title. Because at the time I recorded, I honestly can't remember. I want to say 33, not 100% sure. Uh, Today guys, we're doing a few different things. Um, but first, I do need to sleep. And today we are doing some kind of fun stuff, and it involves jungle logs. Basically, I've been saying for a while I want to make the Asta home, and I plan to, but I also do want to slightly terraform this, or at least a area around here, because I did build that, and I don't. Part of me doesn't know whether it's big enough, because also part of me is like, do I really want to remove all? I might put, say, a couple more. I might just properly line this all up. I'll sleep and do that first, but where are my Nauticus that I tamed last episode? Ah, here they are. Here's the undead. And here's the live. Live and dead. That can be the names. Live and dead. I'm saying undead. It looks like an undead mob. And I've seen the zombie horses, so. But yeah, so guys, last episode I accidentally did get. I say we. I did get distracted last episode and kind of went on a. But before I do, promise I'm not going to get too distracted. At some point, I do want to find Daisy a new friend, so I will try and potentially go and have a look around today. The new project I am working on is going to take some time too. But first, I do want to go and quickly show something. And that's something I might work on at some point today. I don't know. It will all basically depend on how long those 4 stacks of logs do last. Because what I do want to build is basically a treehouse and then like a nice little swing sort of thing, like near, like right outside, so the gas can sort of live there. But the reason I'm flying all the way out here is, guys, is for like since I started basically doing making this, I've basically just been trying to finish this off, and I finished all that off in in episodes. Yeah, there were good parts that were cut out and all that lot, but like overall, most of that was just done in episodes. This I've done out of episode because one, it's literally just me doing the exact same thing. Two, we're almost done. Like I keep saying we. I don't know why I keep saying we, but yeah, I'm almost done with it, and it's just quite frankly been getting the cobblestone, which hasn't been fun. Like I fixed my pickaxe just beforehand because where was it? Here. I got a bunch and then went and fixed it. And I've also got a bunch of oak logs because what I will be doing is putting oak logs not around the outside because I will be doing stone bricks. I will be doing stone in the middle. So I do basically just need to finish the cobblestone first, put a bunch of stone bricks down. Now, depending on what is left of that, I don't know if there'll ever be any left of that. Like, I'm not 100% certain. Like, I was somewhat sure of the fact that I would have got further than what I have, because I've also used a good bit too. But yeah. That's the update on that progress. But yeah, like last episode, guys, I was down this end and I did get distracted. I've done a good bit more in between episodes, like I did a good bit earlier. I've just been doing the odd little bit between the last couple of weeks. It has just been a case of getting it done because, guys, I'll be honest, it's not the funnest thing in the world. I've basically just been going around in like a circle, just going. Like, I have literally just basically been going around and then having it. Like, just having them watching something and like doing it in the background. Literally just going. Boop, 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 boop. And again, it's not the funnest thing in the world, but it's something that needed to be done. But we do need to go and get some dirt because I do want to make that area slightly bigger. Now, part of me wants to, part of me doesn't, because part of me is like, do I really want to? I say get some dirt. There's some right outside the house. But yeah, again, personally, I think comp should be challenging. I don't think it should be, oh, look, it's easy. But again, I don't think it should be to a point where I'm like, nope, 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 I'm done. Because there were points in the filming for Sunday's video last week that I was just like, nope, get this thing away from me. Being the most practical. See, part of me wants to make this the hub of it. But it's like, what I will do is basically have it just up behind it. But then the thought, like, we had almost a balanced team. Almost. We had two tanks. We had, no, we had two supports. Then two DPS, and then one tank. We were just missing one more tank to be a full. So, Soldier's like, instead of playing a tank, I'll play Soldier. At the time, I was playing Admiral, and at the time, we had a Serena. I believe we also had a Domain, Domina. I can't remember who the other support was, but one was Jetpack Cat, which. I can't remember whether Serena ended up turning into Jetpack Cat. I honestly can't remember. But either way. And yeah, so Serena ended up, the person playing Serena, because again, this is who I do remember. So I don't remember who everyone was playing. Ended up, switching to support because our other support ended up switching to Dang. Because our soldier was like, no, I'm not going to be a team player. Trust me, I wanted to punt him to the moon. I think because I want some room. So if we do. We'll do a double, just so it actually looks nice. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's because it's 4. Well, if I do that. I do want to let the rest of this dirt cover. But I also do just want to, no, this, well, I'm going to try and make it look as normal as possible. Part of me is like, does this look too big? Part of me does actually want to bring this in, because part of me is like, But at the same point, another part of me is like, no, it looks fine. It looks how it should. But why I do basically let a bit more of that grow, I'm going to go and grab some dark not spruce. Because, guys, when I say, basically, there's also something I do need to show you down at the wood farm. Which isn't the most practical wood farm in the world. It's not meant to be. There are a few new things I do want to make. One of them I might end up making underground near the tree farm is a bone meal farm. It won't be automatic, it won't be the most productive, but it'll basically just be a giant farm down the bottom with potatoes, carrots, and then a couple things that you can just go and sort of lob them into. But guys, as you can kind of see, I've put a couple of chests down here. I've only got one spruce sapling. That's empty, but right now I've got a load of oak because, again, for down there, that's what the bone mill was from. And I got a few jungle. Basically, I wasn't using the bone mill on the jungle because the oak I was getting 5-6 blocks per one, so it was a lot more cost efficient. But for jungle, it was really not necessary. Plus, I didn't like the way I was considering it is, which is probably stupid. And I probably should have. I would have got the wood sooner. But it's like I'm getting 20 to 30 pieces per one. Like I didn't cut that many trees down to get like 4 stacks of jungle. So why would I waste the bone mill when I do need the oak a lot more? Now, guys, half of this episode is going to be basically just building a tree because I don't know what I want it to look like yet, and I've not fully planned it. Which is the same for most of my builds, and a lot of time it does come from what can I think of on the spot. This is where I'm going to find out I do actually have a spruce. No, I don't. Now, this is this chest officially full. At some point, what I do need to do, and I probably will basically end up putting it a few along here, is basically just another wood thing. But like I say, the sample woods probably will get taken out at some point. I also got a good bit of apples from doing it, but again, my food chest is full. Like, guys, I've basically not been using this, and I'm still not, because I had to jump a load of stuff into here. Like, I've still got 5 more stacks to go. So, now, I can technically get rid of a handful of those potatoes. And by turning them into, bone meal. Now, I do have a tiny bit of bone meal left, actually. Now, something I am going to need, and it's the reason I'm not going to do too much. But I do generally want this thing to be like a skyscraper sort of build. Is... What was it? I'm going to need a bunch of scaffolding. Which I probably will just chuck into the middle. But yeah, also guys, at time of filming, I've been recently watching Blue Blood. I've mentioned it a few times recently, but the reason to mention it again is it's a really cool show. At time of recording, I'm only up to season 3, but again... do. But yeah, at time of recording, I'm only up to season 3. But from what I've seen from the first 3 seasons, it's great. Now, what I didn't... know was... is that it actually had more scenes than I thought, because basically... Okay, part of it's not going to be finished. But yeah, like I didn't know it had 14 seasons because I've basically been watching it on Paramount Plus. Because one of my only option that I've like an only option I had. There were a couple others. um, is going to be to go and find some scaffolding now because I don't have none. I will need some. But yeah, like I need to go and find some scaffolding, so time to go find some scaffolding. I will also have a look to see if I can see anything on my way back. Again, I'm not 100% sure where the biome that they actually spawn in because, like, again, anytime I think to having skeleton is new adventures, just because it was just something that I always had in new adventures because I spawned in one at the beginning. Also, guys, if anyone does point out to the deep dark sign that I made, that like giant, that was all made from using wood. I believe it was oak wood, but I can't really remember. It's been a while. Now I could be very much lucky right now. Yeah, I found a bunch. I was higher. I'm 100% surprised. But yeah, guys, this was all made from basically using wood. I did die getting back down. Like when I came back down for the final time, I'm pretty sure I just chucked. I'm pretty sure I just marked off an area and checked water. If you don't know what this area is, this is my tunnel down to the deep dark. No, guys. No, fuck. Yeah, see, guys, not choosing to stay down there. I've never properly explored that deep dark. I briefly explored in an episode, but I was seen by a warden. Now, thankfully, and if they ever do basically add a case of if there's a giant hole that a warden can walk through, they will. Now, the one benefit I have that zombies don't is they're the equivalent of vampires. I say vampires, they can't spawn out. They can't take a nice little trip in the sun. I did not know I had bamboo as close as this. I am just going to have a nice little look around while I'm here. But yeah, like also guys, does anyone remember the bamboo situation that was up in New Adventures? Like I went, like I could get all the bamboo I need from here. Not going to. But like I went nuts with it, planting everything. Or like I was, like I full on went like crazy mode when it came to bamboo. Just because of the fact that I needed bamboo blocks. It wasn't even for scaffolding. That cave. But yeah, like I physically went nuts. Placed a load of it and everything. Now, because I do want to find Daisy a friend, but same point. I don't know whether I want to find Daisy a cat or an ocelot. And I don't know whether a wolf would be a pain. But yeah, so guys, the thing I didn't think I was going to get done, because I thought I'd be spending hours tracking it all down. Was, yeah, the cobblestone. I'm like, well, the one and only thing about flying on the back of that deer. If I go around this corner, yep, which means it's right there, that little entrance. Yeah, guys, I'm basically just gonna end up chucking a bunch of this in, like, those in the first square. See, I've got so used to not seeing mobs that anytime I do really see them at the point, it's like I question whether my game's on hard or not. But one, you've seen a few. Two, monster hostile mobs and spawn and deal more damage. Hunger bar depletes and can drain all health. See, I think and anything but hard mode, it doesn't completely drain your health. I think, but I could be wrong. But yeah, like no mob spawn around here, and I'm like, should I be happy about that or should I be annoyed? At the same point, I would say I've built a nice area, like a nice little like community thing. Like, I'd say I've done good on my builds recently. I'm just gonna go wild around these first few areas. At some point I will, but I don't need a stupid amount. A stupid amount. I seriously need to learn to speak English today. And now, guys, I'm saying this now, and I want anyone to quote me. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. To quote me on this, I promise those will not be staying there permanently. Although, guys, I will say this now. But one stop first. I went from being like, this episode's not been that long. It feels like it's already done. To, shit, where's the time gone? Because again, check the time. Almost doubled. Like, I've been recording for about 20 something minutes to now almost an hour. Hello, Daisy. So Daisy stores do stay open. It's polite. I mean, to be fair, Daisy does have a couple of friends, like a level 3 Rack Room, a level 6 Ominous. But, like, I wanted to have a prop. Elder dear, the crops are not for you to stand on. I have to eat them. Or, to be fair, they probably will eventually end up just getting turned into bone meal. I say that, but eventually. Just because, I will need, like, I don't know how much wood I'm going to need. I don't know whether the woods I've got is going to be enough. I highly doubt it. I very much do. Just because I know for a fact I'm going to need more. Right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and basically try and finish this. Going to take a row. And I'll be back once that row is finished. So I'll see you once I'm done with the row. And We didn't make as much progress, believe it or not, but those 4 stacks, and I do mean 4 stacks, not 4 stacks, I have 4 rows, so 2, 9, 18, 36 stacks, went as far as they did. And it doesn't look much of a difference, but it's one of those cases where it will. Now, am I basically going to just end up chucking wood on this? Yes, but do I still want it to look nice from underneath? Yes. Like I say, I probably will just get another 4 stacks, because hopefully that'll be enough. But like from like a height view, it does look a lot nicer. Also, guys, I'm gonna say now, I'm sorry, not Draftmon's been a little bit hearsay, sort of like not like 100% a case of this is what we're doing, and I'm completely sticking to that. It's just a case of last few weeks. No, I've not been prepared. Like I used to be a lot more prepared for Quest. It used to be a case of right, I need this, and this, and I would go a few overstacks. Like find like I would because I would never like because again my builds have never been pre-built. They get built how they get built. You ask me to rebuild them, I might be able to. I no idea. Like any house, like, there's been a house that I've built on Ark more than once. And back on Ark Survival Evolved, on a little cliff that was close to the Arctic but not far from the volcano, I used to build this little house. It had this little shelter thing underneath that you could store dinosaurs. An area, like, there's some stairs up to an area where you could store some more dinosaurs. Um, like raptors and things like that, basically that size. But, like, it's not that much bigger and you don't need much more. I think 4 more stacks should be enough. Like, 36 more stacks even, so 4 more rows. Which I'll get in 2 episodes and get ready for next. And then it'd be like 2, maybe 3 pillars. It's usually about 2 pillars up high. Ceilings, and then basically 2 boxes on top of each other. That's one of the only builds on Ark that I've ever repeatedly built. Most of my builds never get repeated. Yeah, there might be the odd 1 or 2 things that have in common, but like, again, I don't full on measure. Like, I don't full on go, oh, this, and oh, yeah, this. But yeah, so guys, next episode we will fully be trying to finish this. This is just going to be something that takes place over a few weeks, which does mean there'll be a few little side projects here and there. Next week I'm going to basically try and make, because I'm going to need a load of wood. I've just come from my end, but I'll fly back down. I say composter. A couple of composters. It'll be like a group of composters, along with like a couple farms, and they'll be decently sized farms. Now, part of me does just kind of want to chuck it underground. Another part of me wants to basically do it like around this area, because I've got the dirt. So just bring this all in, all that lot, which I might do next episode. I don't 100% know yet. But yeah, bring this all in, all that lot, and just have it looking so much nicer. But yeah, so guys, again, get back to the Moon Girl competition. Marvel Rivals aren't going to chuck a kid into the game. Now, yes, Penny Barker is in the game, and she is typically under age of 18. But at the same point, there are versions of her where she is 18. And when I think of the character, I do more think, teenager, like 15, 16. Which I think as not as bad, but they're not going to willingly put a young character in. For instance, Spider-Man. A lot of variations of Spider-Man are as a kid. There is a version of Iron Man where he's a kid. There are versions of the X-Men where they were kids. X-Men Evolution for the X-Men, Armored Adventures for Iron Man, and to name a few Spider-Man shows, like not even naming comics, because I'd be here for hours. The 90s Spider-Man. He's somewhat of a kid, but more college sort of level. Spectacular, where he is actually a full kid. 2017 Spider-Man show. the most recent Spider-Man show, Ultimate Spider-Man. He was kid in all of those. Wolverine and the X-Men. And the 90s X-Men, and like the 90s X-Men show. Things like, Shadowcat is typically a kid. Iceman's been a kid a few times. In the movies, the live action ones from Fox, Iceman, Rogue from the original three were kids, so was Kitty. Shadowcat. Like, typically you have Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Jean Grey, Rogue, Gambit, and I'm going to chat Nightcrawler into the mix, even though I don't know if he's a kind of standard X-Men, who are like the more grown-up ones. You have Shadowcat, who is slightly older, but still technically a kid, if anything, teenager. But you have the Young Mutants. But yeah, like guys, there's a group of X-Men that the younger X-Men are. What's the guy say? Is but you're just jacked. So I was right. But yeah, like there's some Marvel characters that if they ever do get into Marvel Rivals, they will 100% be 18 at the youngest. Now, do I think 15, 16 would be fine? Yes. So I don't think it's as bad. 14 going the lowest. But Marvel Rivals aren't just going to essentially have the game basically advertised kid soldiers. Because Marvel Rivals, just like Overwatch, is a PvP based game, player versus player. And Marvel Rivals, just like Overwatch, tell a story. And again, they're not just going to have a kid in the game. Yes, Penny Parker's more of a loophole, because she was aged up. But at the same point, there are versions of her where she is older. So yes, does Moon Girl not being put in her game suck? Maybe. I don't know much about the character myself, so I'm not going to make that call. Is it for any other reason other than the fact that she is a child? No. Marvel Rivals have never once given me a reason to be fair. I mean, there might be the odd thing where I watch, but it's never given me a reason to question ethnically any of their choices. I'm going to grab a home and fix that. Oh, don't need to. But yeah, like, they've never given me a reason to question them, so until they do, I'm not going to. But yeah, like, yes, she's not mentioned in the game, but I think it's just a case of... Because, guys, I don't know. They spawn around lava, which is questionable, but, yeah, to be fair, she's kind of cute, the fact that they're tiny little cute things. But, guys, it does come down from the fact that, do you know how many people would willingly be throwing blade hate towards Marvel Rivals if they did chuck a kid into the game? Now, GTA 5 is an 18+ game. The amount of bloodshed and, horrific stuff that's happened in that game, never once have they shown kids in there, or have they got kids in there. The story mode alone, yes, Michael does have 2 kids, but they're both adults. Any NPC you see in that game is of legal age. And of legal age, I do mean at least 21 for the most part. I think Jimmy's potentially 18, but 19. But at the very least, is at least 18. And the reason I say a legal age of 21 is because America's drinking age. That's 21. Do I think it's stupid? Yes. Am I willing to go on a conversation on the fact of why America is dumb for basically around saying you can own a gun at the age of, like, I think it's 16 you can potentially own a gun, but you can't get drunk until you're 21. Yeah, see, America got a problem with the fact of stopping their 18-year-olds from drinking. I'm sorry, they're 18, they're adults. You shouldn't get a say at that point. For the UK, it's the other way around. Of the fact of, young people tend to drink. But yeah, guys, it's literally just down to the fact of, no way, either way, someone's not going to be happy. You turn around and put Moon Girl into the game, You got people being like, but she's only a child, why are you showing her get absolutely obliterated by Punishers all? Wolverine's all. Iron Man's all. Wrecked by Lunar Snow's all. Black Cat's all. Like, and people are going to be annoyed the fact that she is. Or people are going to be like, oh, if you've got a like, all the thing would turn up to be a case of, well, if you've got a Moon Girl in your game, you can't hit her. Which then you'll have people go into character just to not die. And those games become unfun. Do I think it would be nice if they found a way to do it where she's somewhat mentioned? Yes. But I don't think there's anything against Marvel. I don't think it's because of any reason because of it. Now, something I will basically accept is them basically then putting Punish on the back of Devil Dinosaur. In that, I'm 100% believe it's just down to the fact of the dude has several heavy artillery weapons. That's just a cool factor. They put Red Hulk in the game. I want to see him ride on the back of Devil Dinosaur. Scratch it. I want to see Hulk ride on the back of Devil Dinosaur. Although I do think if we ever do get Red Hulk, he will just be a reskin of Hulk, which I'll happy enough go into another conversation. Guys, if you're seeing this, please like, comment, subscribe, and if you want me to go full into conversation on this, I should be streaming Marvel Rivals in a few hours. Should be, from when this comes out. So, mention it then, and I'll happy enough go into the conversation. It is the beginning of the season, so I'll probably stream for slightly longer, but either way, guys, if you are new around it, again, like, comment, subscribe, and potentially shorter, potentially longer. I spent more time at the beginning doing that, so I don't know how long the episode will overall turn out. And like I said, an episode of Monster Hunter, which I will quickly get into now. Monday's episode of Monster Hunter, guys. I can't fully remember the Thursdays, which came out, not that time recording, it comes out tomorrow. When it comes out, it would have been yesterday. Again, recording this Wednesday. I can't fully remember Wednesdays because, again, we were recording Sunday. And Saturdays isn't even recorded yet, so I've got the fun fact of recording that tomorrow. Now I just remember what I needed to go and check on Overwatch. Guys, I need to double check something on Overwatch earlier, and it's like, what was it? And then I, like, because I was doing something in time, I was like, you know what, I'll check after I've done this. 20 minutes later, it's like, what was it? It's like, oh yeah, I need to double check, see if I need to record a video on Sunday for Overwatch. At time recording, I don't think I do. But anyway, guys, this day is signed off, and I'll see you next time. Bye!